Kind of foggy out. It's been hot for the past few days. We've been catching some jellyfish and some freshwater sponge. That bright green stuff. Puppy's all in. 6 p.m. Boy, look at this Timothy grass. Wow, good crop. Poppy's been having fun going out in the grass and chasing voles. Poppy, where's a vole? Get him. Get him, Poppy. Should have been a cat. High tide about an hour ago. We're going to jump in the rowing skiff and head out into the fog. Late in the day when the tide starts to ebb, the old no-see-ums come out like crazy. There she is. Look at the lines on that rowing skiff. Can't see hardly anything out there. Here she comes. Perfect. Well, that life jacket's gonna be nice and soggy. Maybe we'll grab this one over here. Up, up. She's getting her old boat savvy. Okay, here we go. Push off from the dock here. The no-see-ums are crazy right now. Getting eaten alive. Put a little music on. The old Spotify. There we go. Just gotta get away from these bugs. There we go. Cool breeze. Got those no-see-ums. They're all along the shore, looking for something to eat. I.e. Tidepool Tim. Even though it looks really foggy, when you get out in it, it's not too bad. We're gonna head right across the river here. Not really much of a river. Almost no fresh water coming out, but we call it the river. The locals call it the river. The Pennamequan River. Passamaquoddy. Poppies. Leaning over the side. Looking for whatever she can find. Mostly birds. It's interesting when you go out in the water here in a vessel, as you're moving along, you hit these little banks of ice cold air coming off the water at like 50, 55 degrees, and then all of a sudden you're in sweeps a 70-degree little zephyr or bank of air, and so you keep switching back from icy cold or pretty cold to hot and humid. You know, makes it nice. I don't know if you can see here. We're totally in the fog now. I'm just gonna row with one oar. We'll do 360. There's nothing but fog. We're right out in the middle of the channel here. It's only maybe a quarter of a mile wide. Keep going straight across. We're on Layton Neck, Layton Point. The next point over is Garnet Head or Hersey Neck. Years ago, before there were roads, this is how you got anywhere. You rowed a boat or you sailed a little, I don't know what they called them, the little sailing boats. It wasn't a dinghy, but something. And that's how you went to visit your neighbors. You can see there's some lobster buoys here, some crab traps. I'm not sure whose buoy that is right there. It's kind of a new one to the river. Here we are. If I stop rowing, paddles down, just sit and drift. The waves lapping at the boat. There's a jet overhead. Totally peaceful. The wind's blowing us upriver. the tide's taking us downriver. But I think we got a little bit more wind than we have tide. Because I'm watching the buoys. And the buoys are going. So the wind's pushing us. There are a lot of seals out here, harbor seals. Not sure if any will bob up around us, but typically when I'm rowing, they like to follow. Kind of curious about, I think, the sound of the oarlocks or the oars. Pretty quiet. Once again, I'm gonna just row with my right oar. You can see Tidepool Jim lost in the fog. Listen for the foghorn. Ooh, getting dizzy. Doing 360s here. Alright, we're gonna get into some serious rowing and see how far we can go. It's a little hard with a dog in the boat because she's always leaning over one side or the other. It's cool to think, like 100 years ago, if you were rowing up this river, the mouth of Cobscook Bay, up towards Pembroke proper, there'd be dozens of people out here. There'd be sailboats, people rowing, barges, three-masted schooners, the works. This was the highway. Today we have it all to ourselves. Hard to believe. 2025. Went back to 1925. It would not be this quiet out here. That's for sure. We're almost to Coggins. I don't know if you can see, but we're coming up on one of the channel markers here. Not a lot of channel markers in Cobscook Bay, but the mouth of this river years ago in the 70s and 80s, they actually brought little oil tankers up here and pumped fuel off up onto some storage tanks up on shore. So there's a few ledges out here, and these channel markers is what help the pilots keep those ships off the rocks. This is number 15. We can pull right up on the side of it. Hello, 15. Coffee's into it. What is that doing out here? Alright, we're out of the channel. Coming over here in the lee. The wind's blowing out of the southeast, I think. And so, further out we got in the channel, the windier it got. We're going to come right up along the shore here and then head back to our dock. It's mostly all softwood, spruce, tamarack on the shore. You can see this huge rockweed bed behind me, all the floating seaweed there. It's really great exercise rowing, but also just very interesting. A lot of, obviously, physics going on between the left oar and the right oar and the wind and the tide. If you never tried rowing, I'd encourage you to give her a go. She wants to jump out, get back on the terra firma, as they call it. Unfortunately, we're going to be back in the no-see-ums. They are hungry. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Going rowing with us. We did get lost in the fog for a few minutes, but looks like it's lifting now. Going across the river, over to Coggins Head. Kiss the channel marker. Here we are, coming back home. Perfect evening for it. There we go. We're going ashore. If you time your oars just right, you can kind of miss the weed. Just a little bit of finesse. Seaweed finesse. We got here just in time. Another 20 minutes and we'll be high and dry. We're home. Alright, we're all cleated off. Ready to head up the beach. Tidepool Jim taking that old PFD off. I cannot swim for beans, so I never go far without my life jacket. If you're on the water, I would recommend you do the same. Poppy. There she is. The water dog.